Hello, I'm back. Let me turn this off. Ooh, it's a bit too dark. Anyway, let me just leave it like this. Right. I'm a bit delayed, and I kind of fell out of step a little bit with um, with the video I want to make because I was focusing on something else. But that's my fault. That's beside the point. Anyway, the video I wanted to make today is about being brainwashed to believe that believing in yourself and in your dream is wrong. As I was taking my morning walk, I was thinking about why it is so difficult for me to sustain believing in myself. I was questioning myself because I'm now trying to get more in tune. I'm getting more in tune with my body, and I can feel when I say to myself, I'm going to believe in myself. As soon as I start saying, I'm going to believe in myself and in my dream, I feel this icky feeling, this kind of constriction. It's not like a constriction. It's more of like a feeling of something dropping in my gut, and I feel that when I have fear, when I am, yeah, it's all fear. I'm just say when I'm pensive about something, when I'm apprehensive about something. And that's what made me realize that I have been brainwashed uh, to see believing in myself as doing something wrong. And I know that that's how a lot of people feel, even if they can't articulate it. And this is why um, they cannot sustain this self-belief, because every time they feel it, every time they kind of make a decision, I'm going to believe in myself, I can do this, then this feeling of like you're doing something wrong, danger, danger, you're doing something wrong. It's the matrix again. It's just, we're going to call it the matrix. The matrix that we created to create this illusion of fear and shame. And yeah, before I get into this video, like we do here, I would like to acknowledge myself and you guys as the gods, as the gods that we are, and acknowledge ourselves as creative beings, and that we create through thought and nurturing thought and desire, and holding on to our thought through expectation, through certainty, and through what is it? Yeah, believing in the inevitability of our desires being manifested in the 3D world, and feeling good and being in alignment. Yeah, all of that is being in alignment anyway. Believing in the inevitability of our desires is being in alignment with your desire, having thoughts that are in alignment with what you want. And yeah, this is what we're going to talk about today. And you can make suggestions or supply your personal experiences of how you feel when you make a decision that you're going to now take full responsibility for your life and for yourself, especially if you haven't been doing that. What are the feelings that come up? So if you're present with your feelings, then you begin to know what's happening in your body, and you can begin to identify why you don't push forward, because these feelings are real. These feelings have become emotions, and they've actually become strongholds in our bodies, so much so that when you say something that goes against that fear that you've held for so long. You can feel the discord, and it's something you have to. Here we don't overcome because we know that there's no such thing as overcoming. We know that we are gods. We know that we are creator beings, and we manifest through absolute certainty. We know that what our desires have been conspiring, lifetimes before, and even in this lifetime to be manifested. And all we have to do is allow them to be manifested, through knowing that they're already being manifested in the spiritual world, and by us allowing that process to unfold quicker and easier. So yeah, what did I want to say about this? I also wanted to say that because this is also going to relate to the title that I'm going to put on this video, which is, I don't want to say brainwashed to believe that believing in yourself and in your dream is wrong. First of all, that is too long. Number two, remember I said at the beginning of this series that here we're not going to do what other people do in videos. Here we're going to talk about what we want. We might recognize something that is not been working for us, but we are going to phrase it in a way that sounds like something that we want. So how can we phrase this term? Okay, let's say the term is, we've been brainwashed to believe that believing in yourself and in your dream is wrong. How do we phrase this as creator gods? I also realized that now we're getting into the mundane a bit more, because last week we were talking about creation, the process of creation, and that's like at the level of the spiritual realm, and the level of the all-knowing, the level of us knowing that we are creator beings. And now talking about believing in yourself, it's a human thing. It's like gods don't really think about that. Gods, they don't need to believe in themselves. They know who they are. Believing in themselves and feeling worthy and all that, that's a human thing. That's something that we created because we have forgotten that we came down to just play a game. So I realized that we are talking about something right now that is a bit more mundane. It's a bit more human. So in order for us to elevate this, we still have to look at the way creation works. And we know that creation works here through feeling good, knowing, being in alignment with, knowing the process of creation, being in alignment with our thoughts, nurturing our thoughts and our desires, and acting as if we already have what we want because we know that it's inevitable, and understanding the role of the masculine element of creation as the provider and protector energy in this universe, that he supports us in feeling good, and also supports us in I don't want to say he supports us in creating a protective space for us to, because the feminine, the all-powerful, all-knowing feminine doesn't need any protection. But he kind of plays that role where he wants the feminine to feel good, most of the time, because he knows that that's what gonna take her out of worrying. And so we also know that the masculine element is the element, the power that is of the power of creation that is responsible for creating form. And once we hold on to our process, the feminine process of creation, which includes all the things I just said before that, before we're talking about the masculine, and guide and nurture our thoughts and stay in alignment with our thoughts, then the masculine feels the feminine's alignment with her desire and pours form into her desire, and it becomes a 3D manifested form. And we've also looked at how the masculine and the feminine dance in the spiritual realm. How all this dance is part of the process of creation. So when it comes to believing in yourself and believing in your dream, that is part of knowing. It's part of the realm of knowing, and the realm of expectation, and and being certain, the realm of certainty. It's also part of the process of creation, because gods know that what they want already exists. There's no question about it. So there's no such thing as believing in yourself, because it already exists. But when we're talking about humans, this is something that human beings have brought up in order to, I don't know, I think they've believing in yourself. I think human beings have brought this term up just to I think to still be a secondary term to knowing, because when there's no believing, it's just knowing. Believing is less than knowing. Someone who believes that something's going to happen, has a certain amount of certainty. There's no doubt about that. But someone who knows, there's a difference. When you know, there's no room for doubt. There's no room for doubt. There's no question at all. So I think this is one of the things that human beings have come up with. This is another fallacy that human beings have come up with, just like the question of worth and worthiness, to make sense of their not to make sense, to kind of diminish their godliness. It's to diminish, to kind of diminish their God essence. Well, which is what we did anyway when we descended down. But yeah, these are all ways of diminishing our God essence. Anyway, yeah. So, and these are believing in yourself and believing in your dream. These are all part of the feminine principle of creation. It is the feminine that's responsible for the feminine principle of creation is responsible for believing that what she has thought about, what she desires, is going to come to fruition. It's going to be manifested. So the feminine knows. She's all knowing. She knows. That's why there's no believing. It's not really yeah. When you're talking about this in the process of creation, it's knowing. It's not believing. So there's no room actually to talk about anything else. When you know. There's nothing to talk about. So but in the 3D world here, let me just change it. Let me change it from believing to knowing, because I think that's more appropriate. Brainwashed to believe that believing in yourself. Okay, brainwashed to believe that knowing knowing yourself and knowing, yeah. Brainwashed to believe that. Let me see. Brainwashed to believe that knowing knowing who you are or knowing what you are and knowing that your dream is inevitable is wrong. You know, we've been brainwashed to believe that you can't just know. How can you just know? We've talked about this last week, didn't we? Yeah, we did talk about this. And yeah, I felt that kind of that drop in my gut when I was thinking about when I was taking a walk this morning, and I said to myself, I'm going to talk about this in the video because this is what prevents a lot of people from moving forward, including myself, because as soon as we start to have this feeling of I can do it, I can take full responsibility for my life. I can take full responsibility. I can start today, actually, and take full responsibility for changing my life drastically. You feel this drop in your tummy, and this is the drop that we have to ignore. We have to ignore it. You just have to ignore it and just know. And knowing, which is also, we talked about this last week, what was the video about? Knowing. Activating pure knowing, yeah. Activating pure knowing, yeah, is pure faith. Knowing without any evidence. The reason why I felt this drop and the reason why lots of people feel it is because, from millennia, years and years ago, people were punished, people were killed for using their intuition. People were questioned, beaten, ostracized for saying that they know without any evidence. This has taken it has taken a lot of time to evolve, and now it's like kind of part of our human the way we think we are supposed to be. We think that it's natural to not believe in ourselves. We think that it's natural, or it's true. That's what reality is. We think that the reality is that you can't really know. The reality is that you can't really know. You can't really know. You can't really completely believe in yourself. That's the bullshit that gets pushed around. And we have access to divine knowledge. We have access to spiritual, subconscious knowledge. So, and knowing is what activates our desires to move quickly and get transformed into a 3D physical reality. But as human beings, because we are used to looking at other people living their lives of humdrumbness, living their lives of quiet desperation, as Henry David Thoreau would say. We're used to seeing people living an unfulfilled life, and we encounter people who tell us that you can't have what you want. And so we've ended up buying into that and believing that. And it takes a shift. It takes a shift to be able to move out of that. And it takes vigilance, checking how you feel. Whenever you make a decision that, I can, I first of all, you say, I'm allowed to know. Or I know, and then I know. And every time you feel that drop in you, just say, no, I know. I know that my dream is going to come real. become real. I know that my dream is gonna come into physical, 3D physical reality. I know it. 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 I don't. I can't see with my physical eyes how it's gonna happen, but I know it. I know it's inevitable. I refuse to not. I refuse to be drawn back into the illusion of not knowing, because I know I am a creator being, and everything that I want has already been created. And so um, there's no need to question it because it's already been created. You know, all I have to do is just know that it already exists in the spiritual realm, and my job is to be in alignment with that. My job is to stay in alignment with that. That's the yeah, be in alignment and stay in alignment with that. And that is a bit challenging for a lot of human beings. It's certainly even a challenge. It's challenging for me, even though I know now who I am and what I am. It's still a bit challenging for me because I'm inundated with reality, and I guess it's a choice at the end of the day. That's what it is. It's a choice. It's a choice to look at reality and believe in the past things that you've already created, or choose to believe in, the thing that's unseen, but deep down in your soul that it's real. That's what it is. It goes against everything that I've been taught, and I'm sure it goes against everything that you've been taught. But um, we found out that last week that um, most of the things that we most of the things that we've discovered last week and that we'll continue to discover are completely against what we've been taught, are completely against what we think reality is. They are completely against, not against, but completely opposite of what we think is true, completely opposite of what we um, uh, completely completely yeah, completely opposite, completely uh, completely in departure to what we've been taught for so many years, and it it takes a strong it takes a strong mind to it takes a strong mind to say that this is what it is. I have no evidence. I have no evidence that it's going to happen, but I know deep in my soul that it's going to happen. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to knowing things that I don't have evidence for. But recently discovering who I am, I know that my creation is is being created in the physical realm because I created it. I put it there, and everything in my life has been conspiring to make this dream or make this life a reality. And I have lived a life where I have not been believing in my dreams, and it's turned out to be an unfulfilling life. So that in itself, because of that in itself, is, even if I don't see any evidence, I'm willing to try something different. So if I've lived a life that is unfulfilling, if I've been living a life that is unfulfilled, and I've applied what I've been taught, and it led me into this life that's unfulfilling. So now, so why would I doubt the other? I'd rather try something else now. It's time to try something else. Because what I've been trying for 45 years, this is where it's led me. I am not living the life that I dreamt of. This life that I'm living is somebody else's life. This is not my life. When I look at my life right now, I'm like, my life is a complete lie. This is not who I am at all. And this is not what I wanted. I never wanted this. I never asked for this. But inadvertently, I did. But now that I know better, I'm going to try something different. So, yeah, it's going to be fearful at the beginning. I'm going to be fearful at the beginning because I'm choosing to be fearful. But why doubt it? Why doubt it? Why not try something different if the one that you've tried is not working? So now it's time to try something different. All right, this video is all over the place. I'm gonna end it here. I know it's not that long, but I think that I kind of repeated a lot of things that we talked about last week. And I don't want to do that. I want to talk about something new. So, no. All right, okay. Let's stop this video here. And I've got this other video that I want to talk about. It's called All My Relationships Are Lies. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's going to be my next video. Adios for now. I'll see you in a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I'm going to go downstairs and make myself something to eat. What if I ate this morning? I ate a donut. I had 2 cups of tea. I think I'm going to drink some water. I feel a bit thirsty. And then I will come back and do this other video about all my relationships being lies. Right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.